The benefits of having Amerindians as ancestors is obvious in many ways. In this First Peoples Heritage Week, we focus on the indigenous people of Trinidad and Tobago and how they impact our lives.
The Santa Rosa First Peoples community will mark the 24th First Peoples Heritage Week from October 12th to the 19th. The rich history of the Amerindians remains preserved in Trinidad and Tobago, as can be seen by their customs, their music, and their culture. Chief Ricardo Barrett Hernandez says Heritage Week is an initiative giving all an excellent opportunity to appreciate and recognize the contributions made by TNT's ancestral people. Here's the chief to tell us more.
The first inhabitants of this land that we called Kairi, before it was called Trinidad and Tobago, were the Amerindians. And were the first peoples, as we refer to them today, and they came from the mainland of South America. And there were several groupings or several nations, some people say tribes, of the indigenous peoples, known by different names and so on.
Mr. Hernandez says that the long road to recognition was fruitful. Important aspects of the lives of Amerindians, whether Carib, Kalina or Warao, will be highlighted in this Heritage Week.
As you know, First Peoples are very entwined with nature. And the spiritual aspect of that is great benefit to them. It is not a one-time thing, but it is part of their everyday life and operation. So that first of all is spirituality, the respect that First Peoples have for nature in that how they view the forest, the waterways. There are going to be certain ceremonies that will be enacted respecting the water, because water is life and it is a part of our existence.
Their art and crafts will be showcased along with other aspects of their daily life, including communication. Mr. Hernandez says although their language was suppressed, today they are working to preserve it. This was the case in other aspects of their culture too.
The music, the Spaniards again, through the imposition of the Spanish music, the parang took over the indigenous original music, so that you find parang is a mixture of Spanish and indigenous, because in the parang you have instruments that are indigenous, such as the maraca, such as the bass, the box bass, such as there are different ones, tok and so on. And you have that mixed with the Spanish instruments to produce the parang.
Challenges to the preservation of their culture hits at the heart of one of the base pillars of the First Peoples, their religion, which, because it is not fully understood, is not fully accepted outside of their community. And equality in terms of national esteem is another big challenge.
We are not on the same level as the other major ethnic groups, for example, the East Indians and the Afro-Trinidadians, that have major holidays. So leading up to their holidays, they do a number of programs. On the holiday itself, that in itself is a big platform that the whole nation could stop and reflect upon why we have a holiday. What are we focusing on? What is the meaning of this? What are we preserving? They have opportunities to see where they came from, where they are, and where they are heading.
This has led to their determination to work on having a First Peoples Day added to the calendar of holidays.
So the government was kind enough to give us a one-off, because we asked for a one-off. We felt that was easier to accomplish than a permanent holiday. We are reopening that call for a permanent holiday, because it is important. We see the importance of it. And even if they cannot even come to that, but periodically, we should have that so that the nation will focus.
Mr. Hernandez is also hoping for a louder voice in the society for the First Peoples. Honoring the contributions of the initial inhabitants of our land undergirds the First Peoples celebrations to benefit not only themselves, but also Trinidad and Tobago. Marie-Therese Bernard, as we focus on First Peoples heritage for TTT News.